Hey everybody, I'm back again with another video about video game music. This time it's regarding music featured on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, this system following the original Nintendo Entertainment System. Regarding music, the SNES was much more complicated than the original Nintendo, and it featured 8 channels for audio, whereas the original Nintendo Entertainment System only had 4 channels. So a lot of the music is much more complicated and complex, but it's still very video game-esque and has that kind of tone to it that you wouldn't find on any other media. The list is shorter this time, only 6 games, and that's because I didn't play the Super Nintendo Entertainment System as much as I played the original Nintendo. I've tried to find some of the music that I remember hearing and thinking, oh, this is something special. So I hope you like it. Of course, you're welcome to leave a comment below. And just enjoy the video, I guess. First off is Super Mario Kart. You can see Donkey Kong Jr. racing in his go-kart here. Super Mario Kart was one of the first games to introduce the infamous Mode 7, which was actually a graphical mode on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System that allowed for pseudo 3D graphics to be made. And by pseudo 3D graphics, I mean that there are actually no polygons being rendered here. It's just a background being scaled so that it appears that you're driving towards the horizon. Although now it looks kind of funny, when it was back in the day, it was very technologically advanced, and some of the games are actually really cool. Super Mario Kart is a fun game for multiplayers, and a lot of the music is fun too. Try and listen to how the music is actually... They're trying to make it sound like real instruments being played, and I like the kind of bongo feel it has here on the Super Mario circuit. Some of the tracks are not as good as this one, but it's a good game and you should try playing it if you like multiple games. And next up is the only other racing game to feature on this list. It's F-Zero Grand Prix, a staple series of Nintendo's, and the first iteration appeared on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. It's this game that you're looking at, and once again notice the Mode 7 graphics, the backgrounds being scaled according to what's happening on the screen. A lot of the music is really nice. It's got this kind of guitar feel, and a lot of bands that play old Nintendo tunes choose these kind of tunes because they have that kind of Nintendo feel, and it sounds very nice if you play them on a guitar that's very distorted. Very cool game. If you like high-speed racing games, check it out. And a lot of the music is very cool. This is my favorite piece. It's from Big Blue, but there are so many classics, and it's been featured in some other Nintendo games too. If any of you have watched my previous video on Nintendo Entertainment System music, you might probably see a tendency here. I really like a lot of the castle music that appear in Nintendo produced games, and this is no exception. It's Yoshi's Island 2 or Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. And it's the first game where you play as Yoshi instead of Mario. As you can see, it's baby Mario appearing on Yoshi's back, so the game revolved around the concept of bringing baby Mario back to his parents so that he could grow up and one day become, you know, the Bowser bashing mean red machine that he is. A lot of the music was pretty cool. It had a kind of children's book feel to it, so maybe it's a bit too kiddie for some people, but it's a very well produced game, and don't be fooled by the appearance. It's a very hard platformer to complete fully, and as I said, a lot of the game is very cool, and I especially like this piece, which is from the castle levels, so check it out if you want to. And lo and behold, another castle stage music piece. This is one from Super Mario World, the first Super Mario World game, and one of the first games to appear on the Super Nintendo. Just another stellar platformer made by Nintendo, and featuring tons of great music, very challenging, very charming, and indeed one of the best games ever produced in my opinion. The level is very cool, and it's one of the more easy castle levels, so as you can see there's indeed a challenge for most gamers. Enjoy the music. When it comes to music, video game music, there's one composer that most video game music fanatics would name as their favorite composer, and it's Nobuo Uematsu, who was responsible for much of the music in the Square Enix games, which are primarily RPG games, as for example The Secret of Mana. This is from the intro sequence, as you can probably see, and it's a very nice piece of music, approaching, you know, complexity level of most orchestral music, and indeed almost all of the Square Enix produced RPGs feature fantastic music, and they're very worth checking out if you like video game music. The last game to feature on the list is Super Castlevania 4, no less no more. It's a very fantastic game, but most of all the music is just phenomenal. This is Simon's theme. Simon was the primary protagonist of the game, and just listen to how much life and, you know, how vivid this piece of music is. I think it's just amazing, and it fits the game so perfectly. Enjoy the music, and I'll see you next time for another video, perhaps about video game music or perhaps about something else. You're always very welcome to leave a comment below and tell me what you think that you think are the most phenomenal pieces of video game music appearing on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.